All right. I am back with yet another video on one of my emergency preparedness kits. This one being roadside emergencies or roadside assistance. I actually just filmed a video of it, starting with the bag full, and just didn't like the outcome, so I went ahead and emptied everything out. The bag itself, get that out of the way, is just a cheap kind of gym duffel style bag that I got on Amazon years ago. Couldn't tell you the brand name. It's just one large compartment with a small zipper compartment on the outside. So that's the bag. It lives in my trunk at all times. If I'm going to be going on a road trip or something like that in a different vehicle, maybe we're taking my wife's car, which is quite a bit larger, I'll take this and swap it into her vehicle. But otherwise, it lives in my trunk at all times. Something like a roadside emergency kit, you don't need to spend $100, $150 on some fancy Maxpedition or Van Quest, bag, because it's really not going to get much hard use at all. It's going to, for the most part, sit in your trunk and do nothing, hopefully. If you have to use it once or twice a year, even a cheap quality bag like this is going to hold up just fine. I've used this probably 3 times in the last 4 or 5 years, and the bag's been just fine. So in that small front little zipper pouch, I just keep a couple sets of hot hands and some fuses. You'll notice there aren't any tools in my kit, and there's a reason for that. My vehicle and my wife's are both basically brand new as of filming this video, and so I do not personally anticipate a need to be wrenching under the hood. So I don't keep any tools in my vehicle other than like a multi-tool, like a Leatherman. So that's why you don't see any tools. In addition, we live in a pretty populated area. We have 2 different emergency roadside assistance programs that we're members of. So I don't see a reason to carry the extra weight of a toolkit in my vehicle. So that's just my personal choice. You may feel differently, or you may have an older vehicle or live in a more rural area, in which case I certainly would suggest a basic toolkit, but I just simply don't choose to carry one in my vehicle. So again, in that little front pocket, hot hands and some fuses, and just a basic set of work gloves. And then in the main compartment, all of this. So we'll start with kind of the cold weather stuff, I guess. I keep 2 of these winter warm-up kits, and these are fantastic. I got these from work, but each one contains a knit cap, knit socks, knit gloves, hot hands, and a Mylar emergency blanket. As you can see, the back is clear. You can kind of see the contents through there. So these things are great. If you kind of squeeze them down, you can make them pretty compact, but handy to have kind of all the stuff you need to keep yourself warm if you found yourself with a flat tire in the middle of winter. Then there in the back, I've got a thick pair of winter gloves, and then this here is a emergency Divvy, which is essentially a Mylar sleeping bag. So if you, God forbid, were stranded, overnight, or you couldn't get your car started and you were a long ways from home, you could keep yourself warm with that blanket, in addition to the Mylar blanket and the stuff that's in these winter warm-up kits. And then we'll move back here. I keep a really good quality, really heavy-duty set of rain gear. So in this little, this is actually just the pouch, but inside is a full set of rain pants and a rain jacket. Really thick Gore-Tex type material to keep you dry if you're changing a tire on the roadside. I guess keeping with the roadside tire changing, hypothetical, I keep a tarp. It's 5 feet by 8 feet. Could be used either to kneel on top of to keep myself dry, or to put over top of me if it's raining. Of course, I keep umbrellas in my vehicle as well, in different places. What else? An ice scraper, just a basic ice scraper. I live in North Texas, but we do, believe it or not, get ice. So I keep an ice scraper. As far as emergency, signaling, I keep 2 road flares, and it looks like 5 glow sticks. And I believe these are orange or red in color, so if I needed to mark out my vehicle or the scene of an accident, I could do that. As far as repairs, again, I'm probably not going to be doing many car repairs, but the things I might do would be change a fuse, fix a flat, literally, air up a tire, and this uses just the 12-volt cigarette lighter, or actually it also has a AC adapter if you have a plug in your car. And all the components are stored in the side here. It's made by AAA. I've used it, works just fine. And then a little bit of Gorilla Tape. If my bumper falls off or something like that and I need to tape it on, I could do that. And then lastly, two things: a life straw, and this is a water filtration system. So you can see the picture on the package of the guy sucking nasty water through the straw. I really just didn't have a better place to store this, and so I just threw it in my roadside bag. Again, emergency situation, if I had to drink water and I didn't have any, which I usually try to keep plenty on me, I could use that straw if I had to. And it looks like the last thing that I haven't covered yet is the jumper cables. I'm not going to take them out of the bag, but a really high quality, relatively expensive set of jumper cables. I think they're 8 gauge, 12 feet, so I could jump myself or another vehicle. It's got a good length and a good thick gauge, so I could jump pretty much any type of vehicle, certainly my own, but others as well. So one last little scan here. This is my Roadside Emergency Kit that lives in my vehicle. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.